Hey, this is Kristen from Impact Fitness and Nutrition. Today is Promotion Tuesday on Facebook, so I thought I would give you a visual aid as my promotion for today. This is a tool that I'm starting to incorporate into with my clients as I do nutrition coaching and personal training. This is something I recently discovered when my pastor did a service using this visual aid. I'm not sure what reference this is from. It's from a book, but I never wrote it down. I apologize, but I was able to find this visual aid online and using this for today's promotion. So basically, in order to change a behavior, you need to change your mindset. I'm a big believer in using visual things. I'm a visual learner, so I try to use visual aids as tools for my clients to get a better understanding of making changes or just an added tool to help them to further their success in meeting their goals. So basically, what this chart or graph is, it represents your level of happiness over time when you decide that you want to make a change. So you can use this with any arena of your life. When our pastor was talking about it, he was talking more about spiritual disciplines and sin and things like that. It can be applied to anything. Since my specialty is fitness and nutrition, when I heard this, I thought, wow, this is really great. And this is something that I can apply not only for myself, but also as a tool for my clients. So if you look at the one side of this chart, you'll see that there's happiness, and down here we have time. So for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to touch on fitness and nutrition. So first I'm going to tap into fitness. So let's just say that you're a stay-at-home mom. For several years, you haven't really done much with your fitness. You're busy stay-at-home mom for over 10 years. So I know that you're busy, you're always on the go, but what's missing is a routine exercise regime. And you realize that. So your happiness scale at that time is about right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a smiley face here. And so this is where you're at. Stay-at-home mom, not working out, but you're active, running around, taking the kids. If you're got toddlers at home, you're always on the go, but still you're not at that level where you'd like to be. Okay, so then let's just say you're starting to realize that, hey, I've got to make this change. You've realized some changes maybe in your health, or maybe your weight has increased, and you realize that you're at the point where you definitely need to make a change. So you're at about right here, and you decide to, let's just say you start to incorporate walking into your daily program, just 5 days a week for 30 minutes, just as a regular steady state, fairly easy type walking. So when you start that, what's going to happen is that your happiness level starts to go down a bit, actually. So why does that happen? Well, one thing, now you have to fit another thing into your schedule. And what does that do mentally to you? It makes you unhappy. It makes you a little bit stressed. I could think of that being the key reason. Other reasons might be why you're not as happy anymore is because, hey, I'm feeling a little bit sore. This doesn't feel so great. So your happiness level goes down just a bit. But the important thing, and this is the but, notice that the time is very short. So you're right here to right here is where it kind of plummets, all right? So for any change to take place and for you to get into a habit, research says it's about 3 weeks, and I think that that's a pretty good indicator any change, or if you give up something, it takes about 3 weeks to get used to that change. So for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to say that's probably about 3 weeks of time right here. Okay. This is several years. This is just 3 weeks. So all of a sudden, what starts to happen after that 3 week period is, guess what? Your level of happiness starts to go up, all right? And keeps going up, 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 all right? So that's why does it go up? Because all of a sudden, hey, I'm not sore anymore, okay? Hey, I'm noticing difference in the way I'm breathing, and my heart rate isn't raising as much as it was. Now I can increase my intensity level and work a little bit harder. I'm starting to go walk quicker and cover a bigger distance in that 30 minutes. I'm starting to lose some inches. I'm starting to lose some weight. Hey, people are starting to notice a change in me, either physically or maybe even your well being. People are starting to notice that change. And guess what? That happy level just keeps soaring. So when you make that change and you sustain it and make it into a lifetime change that's sustainable, guess what? Your happiness level is off the charts, and it's going to stay there for as long as you make that a lifestyle change. Pretty cool stuff. So this should always be your focus when you start here. You should always think of the end result, which is right here. All right. Don't focus on this part. It's short term, it's temporary, but the results are going to last, and you're going to be at a happier place with your well being. So let's think on nutrition. And I'm going to talk about my own struggle that I've had for years, and that's just addiction to sugar. Love, love, love sugar. I mean, I would be at the point where I would just consume bags of candy within a few days. Yes, candy corn, any kind of seasonal candy that came out that I didn't see very often, I would snag it up and consume it. So that was my big vice, something that I just felt that I needed, I wanted, I enjoyed it. It was yummy, love sugar. So, but here was my happiness level. And it was something that I knew that I needed to give up or significantly reduce. So, why? Why did I feel that way? Well, I was tired, for one. I wasn't performing at 100% with any area of my life, including my fitness level. And by mid-afternoon, my energy levels would just plummet. So it was something I definitely recognized, but I was at that level for a very long time, a number of years, where I was right here at that level of happiness. So I decided that probably about a couple years ago, I decided I need to start tweaking things. I need to start making some small changes, and I need to really hone in on reducing my added sugar intake. So that's when started right here. And as I started to go down, it's like it was not a good feeling to give up my sugar, because I so enjoyed it. I enjoyed that instant gratification, that sugar buzz, that little rush that I felt. But I kept at it because I had my eyes fixed on this all the time. It's like, but I know I'm going to feel better. I know I'm going to have more energy. I know that my chances of getting some chronic illnesses are going to be significantly reduced because I'm giving up that sugar. And we know the latest research that just recently came out, and those of you who don't know, added sugar is really, it is bad, bad, bad for you. It's the major cause of obesity, and it is also a major cause of heart disease. So that's the latest research that came out, which even further solidifies my reason to continue to stay away from added sugar, or at least have it in moderation, what's recommended. So anyways, I once I gave that up, my happiness level went way up here because all of a sudden I was getting more energy. I was feeling better. Every aspect of my life was just better. So I gave up the sugar, and what I introduced is more fruits. I added even more vegetables into my diet, so that made a change and also satisfied that sweet tooth. Now I'd be lying if I said that I totally avoid sugar, and I mentioned that before. I do have a little bit of sugar in my diet, but I've significantly reduced it, and now my happiness level is here. Is there room for improvement? Probably, but I just feel a lot better. So my whole point of this chart is just you can use this as a visual aid for yourself. You can probably print this out if you take a snapshot of it on your camera and just crop it out. But think of it in terms of where you are starting and where you want to be, your end result, your goal, and to stay at that level of happiness. As long as you sustain it, you'll stay at that level over a long period of time, hopefully for a lifetime. So that's my promotion for today. If you need assistance in nutrition coaching, personal training, give me a call. I'd love to just sit and chat with you. Let's just have a conversation for things that you're struggling with and how I can offer my services to help you. I can be reached at 678-739-1786, or you can Gmail me at info@impactfitnessandnutrition@gmail.com. Thanks, and have a fantastic day.